Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and my hair's a bit clammy and wet, so please excuse the nature of its disheveledness, if that's even a thing. I don't know. But anyway, thank you very much for everything that you do for me, for getting me to my next milestone, which is the 36.5. So I've just done a giveaway for that, and it is a doozy. But it's probably already up, so you might already know that, because I decided to put that up on Saturday, and as you well know, that was yesterday. It's not for me though, because it's Saturday for me. My today is your tomorrow, and your tomorrow is my yesterday. All I have today is water. I lost another pound. I was a bit shocked to lose anything, because it's usually every fortnight that I lose weight, or sometimes further away than a fortnight. But if it's downward, I don't care, as long as the overall trajectory is downward, then that's all right by me. So guys, I had a bit of a mishap with my equipment yesterday. During filming, I used my old setup, and it decided to leap off the desk and go over there. I had to edit that out, and all I said was, oh, I had a little mishap there, but I didn't tell you what it was. But nobody was touching it. I didn't hit it by accident, flailing my arms around, didn't do anything, but it just decided to go like, whee, and off it went. Yeah, crazy. Cray indeed. So I'm still really buzzing about my Temu order. I keep seeing it in its bag and thinking, oh, maybe I should do something with that. So I didn't get very far today. I had a few admin things that I needed to do. Not necessarily for my shop or for the channel, but just for me, orders that didn't arrive. So I want a refund or a replacement, things like that. And emails that I had to send, and I don't know, just time that seemed to just go. Oh, but I did wash my hair, so that took ages. It takes me ages. I get shower's a nice quick thing, but not when you're washing your hair. It's like, forever. So I went back to my old stuff, and I figured I'd used it almost to the end of the package, all of them, almost to the end, without any adverse reactions. So whatever limonene it did have in, it didn't really hurt me. So why stop now? Might as well just see the packaging through. So straight away, I think, it's so much nicer when I use that. It really is. So I'm going to have to really look for it and see if I don't even think it had limonene. We did check when I had that treatment done. We actually sat and read the packaging. Anyway, I'm using it anyway. I'd use most of it, might as well just carry on. So if I suddenly feel like boils everywhere, you can just go, silly. Shouldn't have done that. No. And I'll just go, or something like that. And I'm in a silly mood. I had a lovely breakfast. I made it myself because I'm the only one here. So I had to, as there's nobody else that I could kind of get to do it. And it was yummy. It really was. But I made a mistake. I thought there were only 2 rashers in the pack. And there weren't. There were 3. And I thought, I can't just leave one. I didn't really want to eat that other one, but I did. In the end, I thought, that's because yesterday I thought, see, Gary, when he makes me breakfast, he puts 3 rashers of bacon on it, and I only want 2. So I said to him yesterday, oh, by the way, when you make breakfast for me, only give me 2 rashers of bacon, never do 3, because it makes the pack last an extra day as well. It's just like economy as well as anything else. Plus, I don't really want to eat that much. So I said, oh, okay. But I thought, well, the last time you made it for me, you put 3 in. So I used 1 yesterday. But obviously, he didn't use that pack. So I've left myself 3. So it was either have 1, which I could have done, it just didn't occur to me, or eat all 3. So I ate all 3. But I haven't been hungry all day. All day. sausage. No, it worked though. So yeah, but it was good, and yeah, it's nice to have opened the fridge and there's food in it. You know, it was getting pretty. Opened the cupboard, it was like wah 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 wah. Now it's like open the fridge and it's yippee. Well, sort of. Yeah, low carb yippee. If you can get yippee for low carb in food, but I enjoy it. So then, let's do the things. It's the same picture. I've got to watch this. I don't want this one suddenly going wee and just flinging itself into oblivion. But it's well worth another look because it's got Grogu on it. Look, Grogu and the monster. Well, little tiny iguana-y thing. But he's so cute. Love the Grogu. Love the Grogu. So that was that. Find a joke. Please don't have a swear word in it today. I actually said it yesterday. Did you notice? It was the A word. A and hole. And I didn't think. I just blurted it. But nothing happened. The world didn't stop. And I never got a strike. Or even a little telling off. So it must be not such a bad word to use. I think there are people out there who F and Jeff all the time. And nothing ever happens to them. So maybe it was fine. Well, this is a small one. I saw a guy steal some flowers from a local flower shop and the shop owner was chasing him. So I shout out, "Run, florist, run!" Yeah, like that one. And no swearing, no effing and jeffing at all. So yeah, gotta be good, gotta be good. And it was only a little one, but it packed a punch, didn't it? Packed a punch line. Well, I'm just full of these little sayings at the moment, aren't I? Making them up as I go along. I know. Well, I had a bit of a weird night. I kept waking up. But it weren't nothing to wake me. This is the stupid thing. I wasn't thirsty. I didn't need a tinkle. There was no noise. There was no light. Nothing touched me. I understand it. Why am I not in such a lovely deep sleep that I can't be out of it until 8 hours later? That would just be why. Don't understand. And then I went back to sleep. And then I managed, and it took me ages to get off last night because I just wasn't tired. Because I'd obviously upset my sleep pattern with the nap that I had the other day. We don't talk about that nap again. And so yeah, I went to bed late and then woke up at stupid o'clock thinking I had 2 hours sleep. You know, come on, what's going on? So then I got back to sleep and I woke up, you know, a good time in the morning. But again, I could have had a bit longer because it was what? If I had them all together, it's 5 hours. Where's the 8 gone? You know, that's what I want to know. I could have carried on. No light getting in. I've got blinds. There was a bit of a light around the outside, but it weren't bright, you know. No circadian rhythm to start or all that stuff. So nothing to touch me, no noises because there was just me in the house. Fluffy. Doesn't really make that much. Not like a roaring lion or anything. Just, you know, there's nothing to have woken me up. Unless it was Lee. See, the bedroom is this side. Lee's front door is there. Possibly. Might have been. When I say Lee, I mean the people that live in the house. It might not have been Lee. It might have been a brother's there at the moment after having his operation and a son, Gary. So it could have been any of them or none of them or Posty or a parcel or whatever. One of her cats. No, I don't think any of them could make that kind of noise. But still, you know, why? Why can't I just sleep? It's so annoying. I just want to get a blissful, uninterrupted, 8-hour-long sleep. Not too much to ask, is it? So I keep going dry. Did you hear my flask sing? It made a little ooh song. Made a song. Hang on. I did fall down a little rabbit hole this morning. And it wasn't a lunar, a spacey one. It wasn't even anything like that. It was I kind of put the telly on to see if there was any news. But I didn't get that far because when it popped on, there was an episode of Michael McIntyre, Big Show on. And I thought, while I drink my tea, I'll just watch a little bit of this. And of course, there was a send to all. And it was, what's that guy's name? Alexander. Don't know the last name, but he's in everything and adverts, and he's very posh. And he's the compere of Pointless. And he was the send to all. But the trouble is, once you know he sent that text off to everybody in Alexander's phone, you've got to watch the punchline, haven't you? So, and it's not that long, and it was just really that and the unexpected star of the show, and a special guest, which was Russell Howard. And he was funny, and I really enjoy Russell Howard sometimes, when he doesn't get too kind of political. He went for a political phase, but this was just funny. And so it was just the first setting up of Central, Russell Howard, star of the show, come back with a punchline. So it was easy watching. And then I suddenly thought, you're meant to be working. You're meant to be working. Get off your butt. But, at least it was a funny interlude. Maybe that's what gave me a funny disposition today. I don't know, watching comedy first thing in the morning. Maybe I need to do that all the time. Maybe not. So I do have a couple of tutorials in mind and a couple of projects. I need to get the projects I've got underway done. I'm really bad at that, aren't I? I feel like those people who don't start a new project until they've finished the other one are like superstars, superheroes of mine. I'm just too weak. Plus, I've got a channel, so, I've got to kind of keep in with things. I did a bit of work last night as well. I laid down, tried to sleep, couldn't. So I got up and me and AI did a few more bits on the computer for the channel. Well, they help. I use AI all the time. Me and Skynet were like that, taking over the world. Well, I don't think mine are kind of that. They're not fierce, right? They're just. I either use YouTube's AI, Google AI, or ChatGPT. I use them all. Yeah, get a sensible conversation sometimes. But I've caught them out in a few things that they just say what you want to hear. Like they'll say something and I'll say, but if I do that, won't this happen? Oh, that is a good point. So you could have given me a bum steer there, really, couldn't you? It's, it helps to know your onions. Or, I'll sort of bring something up and it's like, you really are a master at this, aren't you? And I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, guys, times are rolling on and I haven't put on winners, all the winners, or even the new giveaway. They're recorded as this is being, but they're not on yet, and they've got to wait until I finish gabbing in the corner here before I can even think about putting it on there. So it could be a little late, but then again, it's sunny. I wouldn't say like it's a beautiful sunny day, but it isn't horrible, There's a distinction. It's sunny at times. When it's not sunny, it's bright. It's not horrible. But when out this morning, I thought, I'll go and sit out the garden with Fluffy for a bit, just a tad. And I opened the door and it was like, someone's got a bonfire. And it was just like, why? Why did they do it? Oh, I did some washing as well today. I had to get the bin down. When we come back from a holiday, it was just an insurmountable task. And I've got bedding as well. And I have to keep putting that off because I can't dry it. So now it is really, really warm, or even when it's not really warm, the conservatory is. So I've put up her clothes area out there, and anything big like towels, Gary's work trousers and jacket, or bedding, blankets, like the one they put over your knees when you're cold. that sort of thing. I could just think, right, I'll put it out there, it'll be dry in 5 minutes, and it literally does, because the water just evaporates from it. Because it's so warm, it's like, I give up. It's just gone. Yeah. Put it in the house, try and dry it, days, sometimes. Especially his work trousers, they're quite thick and stuff like that, but put it out there, it's done in a minute, so that's really good. But I don't like to dry things out there because of the fact that there might be spiders. But I do give it a spray up, so I keep them at bay. And whenever I get anything off the aerator, I go, good, check it, make sure there's nothing lurking in a corner or something, ready to go, because they would if they're given out a chance. When they know you're scared of them, they like to leap at you and stuff like that. I think they sense it. This one's scared. When she least expects it. It's true, they do. It's a well-known fact. I can remember once looking up and seeing this spider right, I was like, ah! And like like a cartoon. Sorry if I woke you up there. But yeah, what a time. You just look up and there it is coming at you, like on its web thing. It's like abseiling down to my head. It was. Another time I was peeling some potatoes, and as I looked down, there's gigantic one climbing up my arm. Threw my t-shirt off and threw it across the room. But not thinking, as I did this, I put it in contact with my head. And, it could have gone anywhere. And why would throwing my t-shirt across the room make a difference? And then I suddenly thought, now I'm standing here in a bra. And I had patio doors without any curtains. And I've got to walk past them to get out of here, to go upstairs and get another t-shirt. So, there's nothing apart from a little tea towel. That wasn't really going to cover my girls. No way. I was slimmer then, but still. Anyway, another time, right? Nothing to do with spiders. We had real big snow. It was 1986, 7. But we had this massive snowfall. We don't get them very often, but when we do, we get humdingers. And, I had baby Paul at the time, taking him out sledging and everything. He was loving every minute of it. But we had our gas central heating boiler in our loft because when we moved into the house, it was installed onto a wall that was dangerous because it didn't have a gas escaping flue. So carbon monoxide could build up. And the guy had actually installed it in a cupboard in his granddaughter's bedroom. Yeah. So anyway, we had to have it moved. And the only place that had a flue, our chimney, was the loft. So that's where it got put. But consequently, we had a warm loft, So the snow didn't really like to settle on our loft, on our roof. Yeah, because that's where the loft is. So it would drip and drip and drip. And it would drip onto our power cable or phone line. I don't know what one it was, but it was one of them. And it would just become a long stalactite. I mean, I'm talking about 5 foot long, 6 foot long. And every day I could see it swinging there on this, like a gigantic dagger. And I used to think, what if it was coming down? It hit me on the head or something, So when I come down the steps and I looked up, just as this thing was hurtling towards my face, honestly, it could have just gone, and I would have been kaput. In another life, if quantum physics are true, in another life, that version of me, straight through the head. In another version of me, another quantum realm, I stepped over a barrier in a road that was halfway up a mountain to a sheer drop down the Alps. Yes, another me. Yeah, true story. Do you know what saved me? I was 15 years old, 16, something like that. think so, yeah. And my mum was make me beans on toast for tea. We was in the camper, like a motorhome, and my boyfriend was with me, and he was in right misery, homesick and annoying, and just control freak and all that sort of stuff. So I'd gone out for a walk, get away from him, and as I was walking around the road edge, there was a barrier like this, and it didn't really occur to me that on the other side of the barrier was just mist and fog. You couldn't see anything. And my foot was halfway over it, and my mum goes, "Tracy, come and get your tea." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I'm just going to go for a walk." "No, come and get it now because it'll get cold and I can't warm it up." Because obviously got no microwave. So I turned back and I went in, had my tea, eventually went to bed and woke up the next morning, and I walked to where that was. And by this time it was all clear, and I realised it was a sheer drop down the mountain. And I felt absolutely sick when I saw it. I couldn't even go to the edge. As soon as I realised it was just a sheer drop, my legs were too much like jelly to actually look down. But yeah, a near escape. Oh, terrible. Anyway, guys, I need to get these videos on, so I'm going to have to call it a day with this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.